I'm going 29 miles an hour behind a Crown Victoria. I'm moving up through the reservation. I am just about to duck water. Why don't you move it on over to the right and let this sister fly? I wanna put it in fifth gear. I wanna burn some gas.
My name is Adrienne Snow, and I am one of the owners of Western States Hemp. We are a hemp cultivation company who also process and make retail products out of hemp.
Yeah, you gotta see these pellets, it's cool.
Joe Frey, my partner, asked me if I was interested in kind of running the business of a potential hemp operation. It can be used to clothe you, to remediate the soil for food, fiber, housing, clothing, medicine. There's not many plants that can do all of that.
Was it like Thanksgiving dinner at Gary and Billy Joe's or Christmas dinner?
I don't know, we were just sitting at the dinner table and you said, hey, I've got an idea. Would you be interested in working with me on it?
We got into hemp about 4 years ago, primarily to see if we could grow a crop for profit and save water doing it. We live in the desert, so water's pretty scarce. I love seeing the worms. That tells me they're happy to be here. We've had a very dry winter so far. Haven't had any precipitation in 2 to 3 weeks now. And even before that, it was very minimal. So right now, this has been in alfalfa for about 4 years. And we'll take it out and it'll go into corn next year. Yeah, alfalfa is probably the most common crop growing in Nevada. So far, we've found hemp, if it's grown industrial style with the same irrigation techniques, uses about 2/3 of the water that alfalfa does. When we grow it under drip irrigation, it uses less than 1/4 of the water of alfalfa. In the last 4 years, we've slowly turned to regenerative ag practices, and that's proven to be very advantageous, not only economically, but environmentally, and we're using hemp in that process. Oh, that's great. It's the symbiotic nature that hemp has with other plants, the diversity. It's one more crop to add to our arsenal to create diversity in the fields. You know, not only is that good for soil health, but also pest resistance. If you take care of the soil and take care of the land, I think you can do a lot towards climate change, even on a couple hundred acres in the middle of Nevada. This is part of my evening route here with a gin and tonic. Yeah. So I would be the 5th generation Nevada farmer in my family. I was a little bit nervous about my dad. I grew up in a very conservative family and I didn't know what he would think. He was a little bit leery about it at first, but you know, once he saw that it was all legal and we had all the proper paperwork and that it was federally legal, he jumped on board pretty quick.
Yes, I did have mixed feelings about hemp. Growing cannabis, what's that about? But they made it legal, so there must be something I don't know.
People still were under the misconception that, oh, hemp, that's cannabis, oh, that's marijuana. Well, the difference between it, I would have to explain to them, the difference between hemp and marijuana is the level of the THC.
So the THC is the cannabinoid that's psychoactive. That's the one that gets you high. So with very little of it in here, you would feel no effects. You would feel no euphoria or whatever else, whatever high feeling you get from the THC. You would simply get the relaxing effects of the CBD. So you end up with a product that it's legally compliant. It can be grown in at least 48 states. The health benefits are phenomenal. pain relief to epilepsy and seizure control.
I had a reason in the medicinal aspects to want to propel that research and this industry forward. As a mother, I've personally experienced the terror of watching your child have a seizure.
It's not a lot of green, but it's sticky. You can still feel it's full of cannabinoids.
These are a lot of the products that we've created. This is a pain balm. This is an herbal tea. We make tinctures. One is for people, one is for pets. These are some of the most popular items we have, which are CBD bath bombs. So these are for pain. This is the derivative that would eventually become rope or textiles. This is hemp bast fiber that has been cottonized. Cottonization of hemp is our ultimate goal. I and my family was part of the cowboy culture. Crossing into this cannabis culture was something that 10, 15, 20 years prior would have been an oxymoron. It's just two cultures colliding, but then in the end you see this symbiosis between the two, where really, as more cattlemen can use it as a rotational crop and use it for cattle feed, you're going to see a lot more cowboys become cannabis cowboys.
Joe farms totally differently than I do. He's more of a holistic farmer. I think in the agricultural world, innovation is slower to move than in other industries. With hemp, he is an innovator in the United States, I believe.
I would like to see the land be healthy, and I would like to be able to see it passed on to future generations. And if we don't take care of it and use all the knowledge that we have, I think we'll see it disappear, become useless. But I think we've got the tools in our toolbox to be successful.